models, because of the way they work, right? They have one leader and a lot of followers.
Yeah.
And the thing that made me really change to EXP, it's not the the opportunity to make money or nothing like that. It's because I see that each one is a leader. Each and every one is a leader.
Thank you so much. Yeah, that's
So
what
when
we
you're
want.
developing, talents, when you're developing new leaderships, that makes the business a lot more interesting, more attractive, and people are happier. Who wants to be just a follower, right?
Yep, absolutely.
So people are a lot happier when they feel like, okay, I'm developing my skills. I can also be a leader. It's not that I'm self-employed. I'll be working by myself. No, you have a team. You have people that inspires you, and you have a way to go.
Yep, I like that. I love that. I'm gonna make some note here. We're gonna dive, very into that.
Yeah,
But before we start, Joe,
that's basically what I would use to bring a new agents.
Okay. Live meeting, interview done. There's nothing else you need to hear. That's all you need to hear from Joe. That is so good, Joe. Before we start, Joe, let's take care of some housekeeping stuff. So I just shared the live stream on LinkedIn. Could you check your LinkedIn and see if you can share this, to your page so that way your follower can see it?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, so do that. Take a few minutes to do that. It's live on my screen already, and I just want to make sure it's live on your end.
Okay, hold on. Are we connected on LinkedIn?
Yeah, I think you need to friend me or something.
Okay. Yeah, I remember adding you.
Yeah, go ahead. I just added you yesterday, but I'm still waiting for you to approve me, and then see if you can share the live stream on your end.
Okay, let me see. Where do I see that on LinkedIn?
If you go to my if you go to your message or your notification, I sent you a couple requests yesterday. So if you hit accept, you should be able to see the live stream.
Okay, but I have to do that on my cell phone, right? Or not?
Either the cell phone or on the desktop is fine. I actually have the link right here.
Okay, it allows me here to follow. I'm following you, but how do how do I share this?
So I'm gonna send you a link in your text message. Let's see. Let me just email you. I think that's easier.
Okay.
And then you can copy the link, and then you can post it on Facebook. You can post it on LinkedIn.
Okay.
Jose Alves at GoNest, right?
Yes.
Okay. Copy. LinkedIn live link. Let me see Thảo in it. Share. Post on feed. Hashtag with superstar. Jose, all right, just tag you. All right. Okay, I just tagged you on LinkedIn, so you should able to see that on your feed.
Yeah.
Tag you on LinkedIn, so you should able to see that on your feed.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see, but I'm not seeing an option where I can share live to all my.
You should be able to see that on your feed.
Okay, where I can share this live.
So you can you see the button, it says share. You can click on share and then post on your feed.
Okay. Okay. So it will be on my feed where I can share this live.
So you can you see the button, it says
Yeah.
share. You can click on.
Yeah, I did already. Okay. I'm seeing the post now.
All right, good stuff.
Good. Mm. It's already there on my feed.
Okay, perfect. All right, so we're ready to go then.
Okay.
Okay, well, okay, let me see anything before anything. Okay, well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. So today, I'm super excited, to have a live LinkedIn chat with Alves. Hey,
Jose.
I'm so sorry if I pronounced your name wrong, man. Say your name again to the audience. Your
Jose
audience,
Alves.
Jose Alves, right? I'm just
Yes.
super excited to get to know you. Recently, Jose, Joe, right?
Yes.
Yeah. See, I know you, Joe, but I'm getting nervous talking to you because you're just so huge, so big, right? I was like, oh my God, like what can I get out of this 30 minutes talking to you? But anyway, I get a chance to know you a little bit about you to Thảo, one of your colleagues, and, hopefully she's going to be able to join us soon. She's traveling in Vietnam right now. But
Okay.
in the short
Yeah.
30 minutes, really, I just really, the point of the interview is for actually for me to know more about you, how I can help you in your business. And especially, how, especially you have so much value to give, to your follower. And, I can just not wait to dive into that.
Oh, thank you. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to be connected and being here with you online.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, so to just start, I really want to know about, the you before real estate, the Joe before real estate. So tell us a little bit about your background, because not everybody, they born, they go to school and they want to become a real estate agent. So tell us about
Yes,
the
yes,
Joe
that's
before that.
yes, that's true. Actually, I started my career very young. Since I was a kid, I started working for myself, right, and by myself. Just so to give you a little bit of it, at 18, I bought the house where my mom lives today, and I bought it cash. So when I moved to US in '95, I started a business exporting computer parts to South America,
Oh,
and
wow.
it became a commodities trading business. I had an office in Miami, an office in Hong Kong. The business flew very well. It grows a lot. And it was really oriented to numbers, basically business to business. And being honest with you, when I was moving from that business to real estate, I was a little bit concerned because I was used to deal with, just business, corporate, C-level. It was a different animal, talking to people, understanding their feelings, what they're looking for. And sometimes things could be a little bit complicated, but it was really productive. Once I started working with real estate in 2016, actually my first deal, I think it was 2017. I started understanding how I could add value to the lives of people. Bringing my experience, with numbers, helping them to build assets for the retirements for the next generations, and helping them also enjoying their lives, in their new homes. So it was really, really good, a good experience, and I'm glad I was able to bring my knowledge to this market, and things are working very well. Thank God.
Also, so don't quote me on this, but seem like you have a very technical background, similar to me, right?
Yes, very technical.
Yeah.
I worked with a few large
Okay.
projects selling to banks, to government in South America, also in Europe.
Yeah, and it's just funny that I just it just correct me if I'm wrong, of course, but seem like people with a technical background, Joe, we we are very, we pay attention to the detail and make sure that in the research transaction, everything is just lined up, and I don't know, it's
You're
just
right.
something about, being
You're
introvert,
right.
the go back outwards, it just helps so much in this business.
You're right, because when we have the technical background, first we are oriented to numbers, right? And second, we have the algorithmic thinking that makes our systems very productive, optimized. And every detail counts, right?
Yep,
We are
absolutely.
oriented to results, and one of the things that I like to mention, it's not just about the business, but also about how we see life, right? To me, we have to have a purpose, and when you have a purpose, everything is different. Like if we as agents, we have the fiduciary duties, right? So we have to be responsible to our clients, and if your purpose is to serve, if your purpose is to help other people, when you're being responsible with them, using all the methods, the optimized systems, you can have great results for them.
Yep, I love that. Yeah, so that's the Joe before real estate, so what about the Joe now? Can you tell us about the Joe real estate?
Yes, of
what
course.
Look like
Yes,
now?
of course. It's not just like a new career, because it's a way of living, right? I was always an entrepreneur since I was a kid, like I said. And to me, I don't have friends that go out and drink. Those are basically my colleagues. Friends are the guys that choose me and help me put food on the table for my kids. And I'm their friends because I'm helping them also to achieve their dreams, right? So in real estate, just like in the other business, every one of my clients is my friend. We've become a relationship of, friendship, and they keep referring me business because I take care of their business like if I was taking care of my own, right? To me, it's like there's just one word that we have to live by. It's responsibility. If you're responsible, you're taking care of yourself, you're taking care of your environment, you're taking care of other people, right? So that's what, it's me in real estate. I'm very responsible, very oriented to numbers, to results for my clients, and helping them to achieve and to build something, for the retirements, for the next generations. And they are my friends because they know that I care about them.
Yeah, man, you mentioned so many good stuff, Joe. So number one, I have that's the reason why I guess I look at your profile a little bit. You have 22,000 followers on LinkedIn. That's just a huge number. And
yeah,
and you mentioned relationship, and treat everybody as a friend. That's just kind of nailed right there, right? A lot of people.
And something that I kind of try not to be proud of myself about anything. I think I am blessed. And one of the things that I like to mention, for all of the clients I have served so far, I have received the 5 stars because I'm really committed to their success.
Yeah.
Hey, Tao, how are you doing?
Hey, Tao, how are you? Okay. We cannot hear you yet, so maybe there's some internet problem in Vietnam. So while we waiting for Thảo a little bit, I guess I don't know how to, I guess you can, introduce Thảo and how you guys get connected, man. But she's $1 million producer, and right now she's traveling around the world. I mean, it just,
yes. Yes, actually, the first time I met Tao, it was when she was beginning her career. We were both at KW. I was actually living KW at that time to Remax, and she was working there. And I remember, I loved her dynamic, the way she was so energetic about things, and so serious, so committed. And I never lost contact with her because I knew I always call her, to me, it's the truth, right? She's the Forbes girl. She one day will be in the cover, the front page of Forbes. I call her. You can ask her. I call her Forbes girl.
Yeah. Wow. You know what? That's gonna be her nickname from now, the Forbes girl.
Forbes girl. Yes, you can call her Forbes girl all the time because she will be on Forbes someday.
Trust me, she will. She will. Yeah.
And
And just,
I'm kind of good reading people. I connected with her very in the very first days, and I never lost touch with her. She probably don't even remember, but I remember her from the first time.
oh
And
wow.
same with you. I really like your style. I like the the energy you bring, the way you're oriented, to technology and systems, and the way you make things flow. They flow seamlessly because you are working behind the scenes.
Oh, thank you. Thank
It's
you.
really good, to have you around.
Your attention to detail, your commitment to relationship, man, it's just so, I don't know what to say, but it's so good, right? The way you keep relationship with people, a lot of real estate agent, they keep having to buy lead, they keep having to advertise themselves, people like, you, man, you build that relationship, and once you have the relationship mature and you keep maintaining it, there's no amount of marketing can beat that relationship, right?
Yes.
Just look at us now, and I'm so excited to welcome you to the big family, man, and we're gonna touch on that soon.
Okay. Yeah.
So I guess you kind of answered this question already. So I asked everybody on the interview, if you can just pick only one thing, Joe, what is the most valuable life or business principle that you think everyone must follow?
Well, I would say it's a combination of two, right? My purpose in life, and I always tell people, I have to have a purpose in life. And to me, we are here to serve. And like, if you don't know your purpose, a lot of people don't know their purpose, right? Help other people to find their purpose, and you will find yours, right?
Mhm.
So, to me, the first principle is to have a purpose. If you don't know your purpose yet, help people finding their purpose, working on their purpose, and you will find yours.
Yeah.
And the second thing, there is a combination, is what I mentioned before, being responsible. I think being responsible is major. Sometimes people talk about the difference between a customer and a client. A customer is somebody that makes a transaction, right? You don't have exactly a relationship, it's just a transaction. And there is no fiduciary relationship, right? Fiduciary duty. Well, I believe it it doesn't make any difference if you're a customer or a client. Whoever is involved in the transaction has to be responsible. When I'm making decisions, I have a method with 3 questions when I'm making any decision in my life. First, I ask, is this responsible to myself?
Mm-hmm.
Second, I ask, is this responsible to the other part involved?
Oh wow.
And third, is this responsible to the environment, and including the environment, indirect people involved.
Oh
So
man.
it's like,
It's so good.
yes, it is my method of making decisions. It has been, working my whole life. I've been able to make good decisions because I always ask that to myself. And if there is a no, I don't make the decision, right? I postpone, I study again. It's a little bit complex when you start going deep. But to me, those two things are major, having a purpose, it's for everything in life, not just for business,
Yeah.
and being responsible.
So good. I gotta
Responsibility builds discipline.
I'm gonna quote this quote. Actually, it's actually from it's a leadership quote, and it says something like this: the leadership, the leader, it doesn't make all the right decision all the time, but will be
Yes,
always responsible for it.
yes, of course. And I'll tell you something. I'll tell you something. Wait, I think a great leader, like a great master, learns more from his disciples than the disciples learn from the master, right?
Wow.
And but probably if something you're gonna ask me, sooner or later, why I joined EXP. I'll tell you right
Exactly.
now.
Always jump right.
Yes, I'll tell you right now. Most of the brokerages, we've been seeing, for many years, it's a very traditional model. Real estate is very traditional. Most of the brokerages, they follow these traditional models. They have a big leader and a lot of followers. And one thing that I really like, not exactly about EXP, about, legacy, your team, Tao, Win team, it's because you're developing talents in new leadership. So anyone has the potential to be a leader, and all of these guys are being developed leaders. It's not like, okay, you're self-employed or you're working by yourself and you have somebody that is just giving you directions. No, you're developing people, you're developing new leaderships. And to me, this is the most important thing in my career, developing other people.
Other.
So
Wow.
when we are together with people who think alike, like you, like Thao, like Jeff, like Amanda, I think, the sky's the limit.
Wow. I mean, we can just end the conversation right here, Joe. That is so good already. And
It
thank
is
you.
powerful. It is powerful. If you think most people are unhappy because they are like working many hours a day. They are working like following directions. They are not able to really bring their potential, their talents. They are just explored. Instead of being creative, instead of bringing to the table, what they are able to do. And when you have a team like yours, like Tao, Jeff, people they're coming to also develop their teams, to also developing other people. You're developing a different, skill set in the minds of people.
Yep.
You're kind of creating new leaders all the time, and these leaders creating other leaders. So that's how I see, and that's what brought me to
Yeah.
not only EXP but you guys. I knew EXP before,
Yeah.
but after knowing you guys and the way you work is what, it's when I made my decision to join.
Wow. Thank you so much, Joe. And
I wouldn't join another EXP team. I would join yours 1,000 times.
thank you. And just like you say, Joe. And by the way, thank you so much for the kind word for us. And just on your word, like before EXP, like me, I'm actually very frustrated in the industry as well. Like the Asian, they try to compete and they try to beat each other up, and that's why we cannot grow together, right?
Yes.
You and me, we sit on the opposite transaction, and all they can think about is trying to screw me over, and that's
Yeah.
just the way it is before the EXP like kind of model and philosophy kind of come in. It's like, hey, let's be professional, let's best represent our client, but in the same time, let's help each other as well, because we are in the same boat, right? We're in the
Yes,
same
of course.
boat. Like why do you need to chew me over for like a couple $100? Like, come on, man.
Yeah. and
So,
and that's the thing, you're creating actually a culture, right? To me it's very important. It's the culture, a culture of ethics, a culture of appreciation, a culture of gratitude. We're grateful for the other people. We are helping other people, and these people, they are how can I say, they are also moved by our energy, and
yeah,
they also do the same.
yeah.
So it's like I said before, I knew EXP before, but what brought me to EXP was actually you guys, Tao, you, Jeff, the way you guys are making it happen. Because I
Yeah.
know EXP has a great model, but you guys are making it different.
Yeah. Oh, wow. I gotta quote you on that. EXP has a great model, but we are making a difference. I gotta
Yes, you're making it much better than anyone, any other team, out there is doing.
yeah. Well, this is a very Asian centric, model, right? So the platform is there for us, but it's gonna be up to you, Joe. It's gonna be up to me, to run the model, to
Yes,
best.
I'll tell you my view actually. It's not agent centered. It's just like the new trends in decentralization of financial system, decentralization. Oh my goodness, decentralization of government. We
Mhm.
also are seeing that happening in our careers, right, in our work environments. And this is a decentralized model. Each one is responsible. Each one is bringing a new talent. Each one is bringing new energy, and making it happen together.
Yeah.
It's a decentralized model.
Yep, yep. We're making it Asian centric. We have a good model. But it's gonna be you and me. Who run it.
Yes.
Yeah.
In the end, it's like I don't know if you remember Napster.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
remember Napster?
That's the music
Like
thing.
when we were sharing music, each computer had a little bit of to share.
Yeah.
So that's us, man.
Exactly. That is so good. So moving on to the next question, Joe. So of course, EXP have a lot of value. Me, I have a lot of value to give. And then, you mentioned a little bit about our group, Team Legacy Organization. I would say we have, this is like the best, group, the best leader in the entire company. And then, here comes Joe, right? So a lot of people is looking up to you, Joe. They want to be like you. How can you help them? What can you do to help them, and what can we do to help them, the new agent?
Well, we are coming back to what I was talking about the team. We are not developing. We're not just telling agents what to do and making them follow anybody. No, developing new talents. To me, it's like that. The people who are working with me, I'm developing them to be just like me or better. They have the potential to be better. Let's make them better than me.
Yeah.
It's to me, it's developing, people, being responsible, loving what you do and loving people around you, uh, I really believe, I'm not really religious, right? But I really believe we are all part of a big thing,
Yeah.
And when we're helping each other, we're helping everybody,
I love that when you say you are actually helping everybody around you become better than you.
Yeah.
Because it's actually true with me. I don't know what is it with me, but it seems like all the people I mentor, Joe, over the time they get better than me. I don't know why.
That's good. That's
I
good.
love it. I love it.
That's good. It's like people are mastering all the time, right? They are getting better and better and better and becoming masters when they are ready to do. Of course, some people are not ready, but when people are ready and they are committed and they want, with a little bit of, like what can I say? Immersion in this culture can make them flourish.
Yeah.
It's a culture that has been created to make people flourish.
Yeah.
And that's what attracted me to your team. And that's what, I think that's why, I think people should, come to us, because we can help them to grow on that same, same
Joe,
culture.
Joe, I gotta share this thing to everybody, in EXP, not with EXP, everybody need to hear what you just say. Like, you hit all the keyword about immersion, the culture, the leadership, the developing talent. It's just something that we try to do here. And people, sometimes people, they get freaked out because we are so helpful and they don't know why, right? And this is why. It's just like, hey, it's time to stop beating each other up. It's time to bond together as a community of real estate, and then together, we can achieve big things together.
Oh yeah, that's the goal, right? That's the goal.
Yep.
Everyone can grow. Everyone can be a leader, a master of their own lives, a master of their own business, and helping other people also grow. It's a lot more about leadership than about real estate.
Yep. So you got local support here from Joe, from me, and this is an international company. And I know, Joe, you have a lot of business explosion in Brazil. EXP is open in Brazil actually, so you can technically duplicate this thing in Brazil. And
yes, I actually have a meeting today with the people from the leadership from Brazil. We're gonna be growing that there.
No way. Okay.
Yeah.
If anything I can do to help Joe, plug me in, plug Thảo in, Jeff, and we're here to support your business.
Of course, we are all part of it. We are building it together.
Yep. Okay, Joe. So I guess my last question I usually ask everybody on the interview, you cannot leave any money to your kid, Joe. You can only give them, one principle. What would that be? I know you talk about purpose. You talk about leadership already. Give me one more principle that you're going to give to your kid. Like, hey, kid, that's going to be no money for you, but follow this principle and you're going to be successful.
Yeah, so the one thing, that I always teach my kids, be the best friend of yourself. That's to me, it's the most important thing. When you're the best friend of yourself, you're responsible with yourself, right? You take care of yourself like any, a good friend would do, like a kid that is his own best friend. Like Gino, he's 16 years old. We just came back now from Tulum. I was with him in a nightclub, in a electronic music festival, and I was showing to him a lot of things, a lot of the things that I want him to avoid, a lot of the things that I want him to think about. And I always tell him, you have to be the best friend of yourself. So, like, if someone is offering you something that you shouldn't be doing, what your best friend would say, hey,
I like
Get
that.
away from that.
What is my best friend would say? I love that.
Yes, somebody that really loves you, what that person would say.
Yeah.
Get away from that. So you get away.
Yeah.
If you see an opportunity to grow, and you're a little bit scared, what your best friend would say, put things into perspective, consider, if this is really good for you, if it is affecting the life of other people, and go for it.
I
Do
like
what your best friend would do. Do
I
what your best friend would tell you to do, right? It's like, be your best friend. That's what I tell my kids, each one of them. Be your best friend.
What you just said, Joe, is so important because you actually teach people to look at one thing, under a different perspective. So not necessarily you would agree with your best friend, but just like you say, I always ask myself this question when I look at a problem, right? What would I
Yeah.
would do, right? If I am Tao and I know her personality, what she would do, right? I don't necessarily agree with her, but I will know what she would do based on my knowledge with her personality. What Joe
Yes.
would do, what Jeff would do, what Amanda would do, what Grant Cardone would do, what Donald Trump would do, so
Yeah.
look at things from different perspective, and then
Different perspectives.
you're gonna have a very clear picture, a very unbiased view, and then you make the best
Yes.
decision
And
in
when
the
you're looking from a perspective of somebody that loves you, right,
yeah.
you
Uh-huh.
make a good decision.
Exactly. Yep. Not
So,
only that.
and sometimes life brings us, situations where we don't have exactly a problem to solve, but we think we have a problem.
Yep.
We are the problem many times. And how you recognize that?
Yep.
Just be, detaching from the problem and looking from a different perspective. Then you say,
Exactly.
okay, this is not really a problem. I am creating a problem here.
Yep. Not only that, Joe. I know I'm going way above here, but even your enemy, right? Let's say you in a lawsuit, right? What would your enemy would do?
Yeah.
What will your enemy would do to would like you to do, right? You think about from the person from that perspective, or the person who is competing with you, who want to put you down, and you get that perspective from him. You are always ahead of him,
Yeah.
in the table. You always ahead of him because you always think about what he would do to me, right?
Yeah.
Same thing in the tennis match, in the tennis we play, I always kind of anticipate, the opponent next move, and then, I kind of, move myself accordingly. So always put things in a different perspective. It's not always you, but if you put, different perspective from in the
Yeah.
problem, and your life will be taken care of. It's
Yes.
just so good. Wow, Joe.
You have to think outside of the box, right? And sometimes we are the box.
Exactly, man. Joe, this is probably the best 30 minutes of my day, my week, my month, and it could be even my year, right? This 30 minutes is so compact with good information. So, Joe, thank you for your time. If people want to follow you, message you, learn more about your business, about your team, about EXP Realty, well, where's the best place to contact you?
Well, you can always, reach me through LinkedIn or also text message. My number is 832-766-4366. I always answer my phone and messages. So, that's the best way to reach me.
Awesome. Okay, well, so my name is Huy. I'm the cash flow agent. I'm gonna drop the link in the note below. You can follow. You can read more about Team Legacy, our organization. On the cashflownotepad.com, and our contact information is gonna be in there as well. So, Joe, thank you so much for your time today, and welcome.
Thank you, Huy. It was a pleasure. We are beginning 2023 very, very well.
All right. Okay. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. See you around.
Let me end the broadcast.